What's up, guys? I believe we are now streaming ClubWPTGold.com. I haven't streamed in a long time, and setting up these streams can kind of be a little bit tricky. So I'm not 100% sure that we're live, but we're on a slight delay. Hopefully in about 3 minutes, I will see you guys in the chat. So looking forward to that. But yeah, this is ClubWPTGold. It's a brand new site for US players and soon to be Canadians. It just launched for everybody a couple days ago, but for the last few weeks you could play if you signed up using my code BRAD. I'm gonna wait for everybody to get here, but yeah, hopefully this runs pretty smoothly. Right now we can only single table. They're working on making it so we can multi-table. That's their main priority, actually, making the site, you know, as good as possible, and then adding more tables for everybody. But it should be a pretty fun day. I just need to do some Instagram updates. And hopefully this should all work. All right. So right now we're playing 50-cent Annies. Technically this is a sweepstakes model, so it's not, I shouldn't really be saying dollar. I should say, well, guess. But yeah, we're playing with sweeps coins. So once we cash out, we're actually able to redeem each sweeps coin for $1. So you can redeem it at 1-to-1 ratio with the US dollar. So this beginning is going to be just a bit slow as we get situated and as everybody joins us, but then I'll be taking questions in the chat. We'll be listening to some of my favorite music when I was 10, and we'll be playing some poker, so it should be pretty cool. All right, looks like we are up and running. Nice, there we go. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the chat here. Nice, Zach is in the chat. Nice, we got all kinds of people in the chat already. Cool, let's go. What's up, guys? Awesome to do this. Awesome to see you guys in here, especially since I haven't put out a vlog in about a week. Next one is going to be coming out Monday from high stakes session that I played at Aria. But I'm just going to update this Instagram, let everybody know I'm streaming. All right. Okay, cool, guys. Good to see you guys in here. So, lots of questions. King 7 offsuit, yeah. I mean, that's kind of borderline, but yeah, let's do it. Let's play it. Let's play it for the stream. The problem with this is that everybody is extremely aggressive, and we're probably going to get punished. 40% VPIP, 21% pre-flop raises, or you know what? Sometimes we just flop top pair. We don't want to get too crazy with this. This is the kind of flop that should do fine for the small blinds range when he calls us. I don't really know what to make of this. I think this guy, you know, we're for sure calling. Hopefully this guy folds. If we get action from him, I'm going to be a little bit concerned. 7 kicker, not good. So board pairs, sometimes people will lead out with like draws here. There aren't a lot of draws other than like queen jack, jack 9, those types of hands, and then they'll do it with like one pair types. So this 5 pairing is a little bit concerning because it could be up against trips. I don't see how we're getting away from it though. Keep his bluffs in, I suppose. Not great. Queen 9 gets there, ace queen gets there, R7 doesn't play, and he's bombing it. We are getting 3-1 on a call. Ugh. Fuck. I wish we had more time, but we don't. I guess I just gotta fold this. Like, a lot of things just kind of get there. Those draws that we thought he could have. I mean, unless he's turning like queen jack into a bluff. But ace queen, queen 9. Trip 5s gets there, obviously. We, you know, we lose some, but not that much. Probably could have played that one as well, but kind of interested in seeing what you guys are doing in the chat. So we are playing, wow, someone in from Brazil, Mateus Ascioli. So we are on a 3-minute delay. Let me tell you guys about the free roll. I'll be reminding you every once in a while, but if you sign up to ClubWPTGold using promo Brad and you purchase a minimum of $19.99 in gold coins, then you will get entry into this $100,000 free roll. We just came up with this concept today, so bear with me while I give you guys the details. Well, Ben Adler, I was actually just talking about you 2 days ago with Dan Sparger in Austin, but good to see you, man. $4.99. Brad Owen is my friend, and I like him a lot. I'd love to buy him a Diet Dr. Pepper and or beer upon my next encounter with him. Well, I've got that Diet Dr. Pepper right here, Ben, just in case you were in the chat. So good to see you, man. Good to hear from you. $4.99, Chris Ledecky. Have you played much with Andrew Nemi lately? Also, have you played with Wolfgang Poker ever? I played with well, I didn't play with Andrew, but we did a meetup game a couple days ago in Austin to kick off our Lodge Championship Series. So that was a lot of fun. Usually at the meetup games, Andrew and I don't tend to play with each other because we're going around trying to play with everybody else. Austin Davis just tried ClubWPTGold for the first time today, and I'm pretty sure I'm hooked. Brian Wild says, I signed up but never used a code. Am I still able to use yours? No, unfortunately, you can't go back and retroactively use my code. But yeah, this $100,000 free roll is just for you viewers, the people who signed up using my code. It's going to take place March 25th. Very, very excited about it. I'm going to be streaming. I'll try and do it as much as I can. It's a little bit tough between family things that I have going on, you know, traveling for poker, playing live, and working on videos. But I would like to stream more often because it is pretty fun, and especially once we get multiple tables on ClubWPTGold. I was told that'll happen in 2 months. Sometimes things take a little bit longer. You know, it'd be great if it happened before then, but the more tables I'm able to play, kind of the more exciting it is for the stream, because that way it's not just a bunch of me folding. But with that being said, I'm gonna take you guys, you know, around the site and just help you get familiar playing a sweepstakes model, because there is, you know, kind of an extra hoop you have to jump through rather than playing just online normally. Coolio, hey Brad, huge fan. What happened with you and Spraggy? Are you guys still cool? Yeah, Spraggy is one of my very good friends. I don't know, I'm not sure if you're joking, but we're good buddies, and I don't know if you watch his stream and he made a joke about me or something, but yeah, we're good friends. So I'm looking forward to seeing him the next time he's out in Vegas. Kevin Sontag says, Brad, will the site offer single table sit and go tournaments anytime soon? I actually don't know the answer to that, but I will ask right now. I'll ask the team. Okay, we're folding this. Single table sit and go. Yes, you can pay the bill. Wow, 2,300 watching. Oh no, 910 concurrent viewers. Nice seeing you guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in and watching us play. So this site's available for US players. This is what you have to do. Create an account, use that promo Brad when you sign up. That way you're eligible for a bunch of giveaways, including this $100,000 free roll that we're doing March 25th. The way it works is it's a sweepstakes model. So you purchase gold coins. With those gold coins, you will receive what are called sweeps coins, labeled SC here. SC sweeps coins are redeemable for cash at 1-to-1 with the US dollar. So once you're in the lobby, you go to the top right, it'll say add coins, you add coins, you purchase the gold coins, and those are essentially just play money. Those are not redeemable for cash. But if you purchase, let's say $100 worth of gold coins, you'll receive 100 sweeps coins. Then you go to the sweeps coins games, you play in here. We'll just go ahead and play this one for fun. And then once you're done playing, you can redeem the sweeps coins for cash. Oh, they flop a little flush draw. I like it. These guys, I looked at their VPIPs earlier. 42% is extremely high. 39% is high. Yeah, I mean, she's making like a pot-sized bet here. We'll call one time. I think she's probably got something strong. Let's just try to bink it. Let's just bink it one time, guys. I think just hitting the flush is pretty good. You know what? I'm gonna go. I guess I'll check. See if she bets, and then we'll jam. I think she's gonna check back. My husband's money. I like that one. Yeah, I mean, let's just go ahead and get it in. You know, before any bad cards come out. Any other spades, for instance. Or, you know, sometimes you just get flush over flush with the old 9-5 suited. So that's pretty brutal. That's why, you know, maybe you don't play 8-7 suited after the hijack raises and the button calls. Oh, wow, the old hit and run. My husband's money. Get in and get out. Okay. Couple donations I need to catch up on. Eli Jones, $9.99. You get 3 callers here. Hey Brad, I'm a big fan. I can't sign up. It says it's not available in my region. I'm in the United States. I can't sign up. It says not available. Okay. So there are 4 states where it's not allowed. We're going to try to get to Showdown. I believe Michigan, Washington State, I think Idaho or Montana, and Wyoming or something. So I know I mentioned 5 states there. All right, relatively tight player here, betting into all of us. Henry, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I'm just gonna fold. This is too risky. I just don't see this person bluffing. Come on in, Henry. This is my son. He's getting pretty big. Henry, I need you to help me out, man. I'm struggling. I've already gotten stacked today. Rising to the street. Yeah, get in there. Get in there, buddy. Yeah, there's only like a whole stream you could potentially ruin. That's all right. Yes. You say hi to everybody? Hi. 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 All right, he's ready to go back to his mom. Or he wants to play. All right, buddy. Let's see, what else do we got here? There's another donation. Elias Bargy, 10 Canadian. Thanks for the donation, man. Hi, Brad. Can I ask what psychology books, if any, helped you on your journey, both for coping with the drawdown and the elation of winning? I'm a trader, and you are a big inspiration. Thanks, man. There's a couple books by Jared Tendler called The Mental Game of Poker that have helped me. I haven't really looked at any. I haven't looked at any. I haven't looked at any outside of poker that have like really helped me necessarily, but there's a handful of poker ones that just get me, you know, kind of in a good mindset, and when I have a big loss, they help me process those losses better. There's one called Treat Your Poker Like a Business by Dusty Schmidt. Actually, there's a chapter in there by Jared Tendler, and then Jared Tendler wrote 2 of his own books, and those are both pretty helpful. I don't know how applicable those would be to trading, but you know, maybe they would be. Could be cool. Okay, so we were told, back to Kevin's comment about sit and goes. I asked if we were going to offer any of those soon. I was told there are some that run as satellites already. Not a particularly good flop for us. Obviously, we have 0 hearts, we have 3 opponents, and this king of hearts kind of makes it tough for us to have a flush. And ace of hearts would be even worse because a lot of our early position opening range is gonna, that are flushes are gonna be high suited combos. So the king of hearts, being a high card, takes out a lot of those high suited combos from our range, which is unfortunate. Okay. So yeah, if you guys are interested and you haven't signed up yet, maybe consider signing up, and maybe I'll be able to play with you on stream, maybe even today. I feel like we need to bust open this Diet Dr. Pepper for Ben Adler, for my boy. All right, so Hunter Watts says Wyoming definitely allowed. Yeah, guys, I would not encourage anyone to play with a VPN. Security is something that you know, they do take seriously on this site, and I just don't want anyone's damn, that ace is a real bad card. I don't want anyone to have their money confiscated. All right, we're just gonna try to beat 5s. We can beat pocket 5s. Beat 2-3 as well. So YBB $4.99. For some reason on PC it says New York is not available, but on my phone it's fine. Any help? Yeah, you might be on like maybe some other. I know that when I was on the Wi-Fi at Red Rock recently, it didn't allow me to play. But yeah, New York is allowed, so I don't know why you'd have that issue, but you can always contact customer support. They should be able to help you out. David Larlick says, is SC roughly equal to $1? Yes, it is redeemable at exactly 1-to-1 with the USD. I think this is mimicking birds that I've got on here. Well, going back to the question about kind of just handling losses. Yeah, losses are brutal in poker. Last vlog I put out, I lost $42,000. It was the biggest one I've ever had at Bellagio. I've had a handful of them that are bigger than that elsewhere. But, I mean, luckily the key thing is like being rolled for the game, and I have plenty of money. I have not only the poker bankroll, but other ways of making back money, you know, thanks to you guys for watching and tuning in over the last 8.5 years. It's kind of developed like some really cool business opportunities, the WPT deal. I've got YouTube revenue, all that stuff, which is helpful, which makes it so, you know, I'm more willing to take some shots in some big games, whereas I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. And I wouldn't necessarily even be doing it if I was just playing poker for a living at this point in my career. Although if I was just playing poker for a living, then I'd be a much better poker player than I am currently, because I wouldn't be just spending, you know, 1,000 hours a year making content, and 1,000, or last year I think I played 1,300 hours. Frostbite 04 199. Brad, you're a cutie patootie. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Scott Best says, how and why are you a Leafs fan? I'm a Toronto boy. Yeah, I've got the Leafs hat right there. And early on, there was a guy from Toronto named Steve who came out with his brother. I think maybe it was in 2018. And he wanted to hang out and have a beer. He messaged me, and we got together at Aria, had that beer, and he gave me a Leafs hat at that time. I think I documented that on the vlog, so maybe you can still find that vlog somewhere. Ace 3 suited. And then it's pretty funny because some people from Canada aren't Leafs fans. We're gonna go ahead and 3-bet this one. It's a little bit dicey. This guy doesn't pre-flop raise a lot, actually. 12%, where it's a 42% VPIP. You know what? Fuck it. We'll 3-bet it. If we get jammed on, we'll just fold. All right, well, we've got some potential here. We can get a lot of middling pocket pairs to fold, so I'm gonna go ahead and bet. Don't have to bet a ton. If he has a king or something, he's like never folding. I mean, this kind of sucks. He could just, we have less than a pot size bet left. Part of me wants to blast this. Yeah, let's blast it. Got the fold, got the bluff through. I mean, we're gonna have ace, king, kings, jacks. The tough part, the one thing that is tough about this site is like you have so little time to make your decisions, and you can't really always make the optimal ones. I mean, it's really hard to even process a lot of things at the same time, particularly when we're streaming. Aaron Sanchez, you mean to tell me I caught a Brad Owen live? Let's go. Yeah, man, we're doing it. 1,157 concurrent viewers. Taking you guys through the site. Remember, if you sign up to ClubWPTGold.com using that promo Brad, we've got that $100,000 free roll coming up March 25th. We just decided on that today. This is so weird. It's always weird when people just lead, but if we had a backdoor flush draw, I'd be more inclined to call. We'll call one time though. Yeah. Okay, just fold that one. So if you sign up using the promo Brad and you buy $20 or $19.99 minimally of gold coins, you'll receive 20 sweeps coins, which are redeemable at 1-to-1 with the US dollar, then you will be eligible for this $100,000 free roll, which I'm very excited about. It's for sure the biggest free roll that I've ever had, just for myself to give to you viewers. Aaron Christensen says, I can't wait for you to hit that 1,000,000 subscriber mark, Brad. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't really have a ton of YouTube goals. I remember getting to 100,000 subscribers was a big milestone, and then getting to 1,000,000 is really the next big one. I don't really have any other ones other than that. So, guys, we're currently on a 3-minute delay, so when you answer your questions, give me just a little bit of time to respond, but I'll try to get to as many as I can. All right, we got a caller in the small one. Ryan Hamblin, go Niners. Fuck this guy, dude. I mean, there's no real sense in us calling this, right? 25, a big blind shove. We might have the best hand, but we'll just wait for a better spot. Like 12% pre-flop raises makes me think he's generally happier to be calling, especially when his VPIP is so much higher than his pre-flop raise. So when he 3-bet rips it, I think he's going to have some pretty strong holdings. There's actually small raise, normal size raise, very small 3-bet. Cyber Chaos Gaming, yo Brad, saw you in Jacksonville at Best Bet. Wanted to say something, but you were playing 2-5. Do you ever mind if people say, "What's up" mid-game? Yeah, absolutely not. I'm always I always want people to say hi, no matter what. I want people to feel comfortable doing that. Sometimes I'm stuck like piles, and then that's the only time when it's like a little bit burdensome, I would suppose, but don't worry about that. That's not something for you to worry about. Even if I'm stuck piles, I always will look back after the session and be happy that someone took that opportunity to come up and say hi, because I don't know when I'm going to be back in Best Bet. I don't know when I'm going to be back in Jacksonville. So that might be the only opportunity you and I ever have to interact in either of our lives. So, go ahead and just take it. I remember when I was younger, just getting so excited at the World Series of Poker, saying hi and taking pictures of different poker players that I looked up to. And I'm just grateful to kind of be in that role now. And WW says, I like that there's a large photo of you just above the live camera of you. Yeah, you gotta have that large photo of you. No, what happened was I was actually given this overlay today on the fly, and had to scramble to figure out what to put in that slot there. This is so weird. Let's just call this. I just don't want to get limp 4-bet if we 3-bet this ace-8 suited. Yeah, so we call here. This guy rips it. What do these cats have? That's the problem with this game. Is people just do wild stuff all the time. So if you're playing kind of these middle strength hands, just put you in weird spots later. Robert Sundin says, when's this next vlog coming out and how often do you upload? Your vlogs are so fun to watch. Thanks, dude. Next vlog's gonna come out Monday. So I just got audio done this morning, sent it over and all the clips and the script over to the editor. So once I get the audio done, he's kind of able to put all the separate pieces and assemble them into the vlog. I still need to choose the music and send him the music a little later today though. Or maybe tomorrow morning. What do we got here? Dylan Perelgut. Hang on. I've been watching for years. I'm about to turn 21 and try my luck at some 1-3 tables. Any quick, important tips for a newcomer to the casino tables outside of general poker tips? I think people tend to be pretty this is actually pretty good for the big blinds. Defend range. Ace high is good enough. We'll just try to take it to showdown. We do pick up a gutter. We might be best with the ace high. Make a small bet here. Don't really want to get check raised, but this kind of gets us. I mean, we get some worse hand or some better hands to fold, like sixes, fives, fours, threes, deuces. And then we also like pretty much ensure that we get to showdown for $3. So that's a small price if the under the gun straddler calls there, because he's gonna check river and we're pretty much gonna check back all rivers and try to take our ace to showdown. Okay, Kevin Sprawl. Sorry. I need to go back to that question by Dylan. So yeah, I think people tend to be pretty intimidated when they go to the casino for the first time. They think they're gonna be sitting down with like a bunch of professionals, and if they mess up, they're gonna get scolded. But that's not really the case. If you go to a casino, you're likely gonna be playing some small stakes game, some 1-2 or 1-3 game. There's either gonna be no pros in the game, or there will be one or two, and they're not gonna be particularly good pros. The staff there is there to help you, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. There's no, real tips when it comes to going to the casino and going to the poker room for the first time. It's a lot less stressful than it may seem. What are some of the best poker books you've read? Says Jordan Ole. One of the best one, anything by Ed Miller is particularly good. He has one that's called, The Course, and that one's kind of the blanket one that's best because that I like to recommend, because it has 3 different sections. There's one for low stakes like 1-2, there's one for 2-5, and there's a section for 5-10. And he breaks down how to beat all those games and the different strategy that you kind of need to utilize, because people play slightly differently in those games, but there are some common traits that your opponents are going to have, and there's ways to exploit them. And then once you read that one, Poker's 1% by Ed Miller is another one that has been super good and helpful. We finally have a premium hand here. Ace King offsuit, under the gun. Not exactly where we want to get it, but maybe this guy jams again like he does not. But tremendous flop for us. We've got top, backdoor flush draw. We are going to bet small. You know what? If we had the ace of hearts, maybe I'd bet smaller. I think betting this amount is fine. People are going to have lots of aces. Oh, we just smash it, guys. We just roll it. Top 2 pair. This is going to be better for us than it is for them. Since we got 2 callers, I think it's pretty likely someone has a flush draw, and they're going to be willing to maybe call, especially if like they have the ace of hearts, right? Ace X of hearts. We get a caller there. Pretty fantastic run out for us. 2 flush draws brick. The only thing that gets there is 5-4. We're gonna be ripping it. They have $84. I like this better. It looks more bluffy when we hit the all in. Fuck. Yeah, I think they just missed the flush draw and snap folded. Evan Carlson says, when do you think you'll be back at Grayton? I'm a student at Davis and would love to make it out to a meetup game before I graduate. I don't know, man. My mom still lives in Santa Rosa, so, you know, I need to visit her with my son Henry, and I really enjoy playing at Grayton. I don't know if I'll do a meetup game there again anytime soon necessarily, but maybe I'll try to get back at, damn it. Maybe I'll try to get back at the end of April. But there's a lot of good poker players that are coming out of that area now. There's a guy named Noel Rodriguez. He's been kind of crushing. Sorry guys, when we stream and I go in and out of windows, sometimes there are slight issues. But yeah, Noel Rodriguez, I played with him a handful of times, and then a guy named Travis Egbert. So in the 25K here in Vegas in December for the win. Maybe we win this one? Yes, we win it. Travis Egbert actually won it. He's like a 25 or 26-year-old from Windsor, which is like the next town over from where I'm from. And then Noel got 3rd in that same event, which is awesome. Travis actually knocked me out in that one. But I put a sick beat on him a year and a half ago. He got 10th in the 5K. I took like 95% of his chips in this 5K at Gardens Casino in LA, and we both had ace king, but I hit a flush on the turn for a massive pot that I think made me chip leader or put me in second. Damn it. I'm gonna reload this. And then, yeah, I went on to get 4th in it. $4.99, Grant McNally. Hey Brad, hope you're having a great day. It was awesome to see you win that horse tournament. Will you be firing in any more of those tournaments? Yeah, I'll definitely be firing in a lot more horse tournaments. And I want to just play more mixed stuff in general. There was actually $400 buy-in at the win today I was considering jumping into that I think is like, they're like draw games, like Badusi and Badoogie and a bunch of things like that I was, I think maybe Deuce to 7 triple draw as well, that I was interested in playing in. But once I got finished with working on the video for the next vlog that'll come out Monday, I decided I would just play some online poker. Adam says, I know you've cautioned against playing poker full-time as a job, but when I visited the lodge, I made $15 after 5 hours. I think I have a real calling for this. Thoughts? Yeah, it's hard to talk someone out of playing poker for a living when they're young and just printing $3 an hour. Yeah, I mean, playing poker for a living is just really, really tough. You do have to just go through a lot of difficult situations mentally. You have to become accustomed to losing. Unless you're studying and really trying to be the best player you can be, your income is kind of capped. And when you're playing massive games, it just becomes more and more stressful. It's really inconsistent income, so it is tough to provide stability that, you know, women tend to want out of a significant other. And you know, it's tough to provide. All right, let's get him, guys. Let's get him. I'm gonna put in a small 3-bet here to ISO. Jack. Boom. Got him. Yeah, I mean, I've gone through. Just dating is like incredibly hard if you're a professional poker player, especially if you want to have a family and want to provide for your family. It's tough to get loans. If you decide you don't want to play poker, it's tough to get a normal job again because you'll have this gap on your resume, and you know, a lot of people kind of view poker as just a form of gambling, and they're not impressed when you put professional poker player down on your resume. I went broke after my first stint playing, and I had to go back and get a normal job, and it was very, very difficult to get anything good. I realized that I needed to kind of make a giant effort in order to make my resume look more appealing, and so I studied and passed the CPA exams. I lived at my parents' house for 9 months. And I passed the CPA exams within 4 months after not doing anything with my accounting degree for years. Then accounting firms only hire you from college. So I realized I needed to go back to school. And UNLV was the only school that was still accepting applicants for like the master's program for the fall semester in July of 2013. So, you know, I was happy to go back to Las Vegas where I had a bunch of friends, or some friends, and you know, I was playing a bunch of poker on the side. So yeah, let's see, what do we got? SG says, is this site available in Texas? Yes, it is. 1,521 concurrent viewers. That's awesome for like a 50 cent, $1, $2 cash game on a Thursday afternoon. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Again, if you sign up to ClubWPTGold using that promo Brad, that'll make you eligible for the $100,000 free roll. That's just for viewers using the promo Brad. That'll take place March 25th. And in order to become eligible for that, use the code, then purchase $19.99 worth of gold coins or more. Also, there are bonuses for people who play more hands. I think if you play 1,000 hands of sweeps coins hands, then you receive 5,000 extra chips for the free roll. So if you just sign up and you purchase the $19.99 worth of gold coins, that will give you 2,000 chips. But for every 1,000 hands you play of sweeps coins, which is what we're in right now, these are the ones that are redeemable for cash, you'll get 5,000 in chips, up to 100,000 chips for the free roll. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be streaming that one, and I'm going to try to get a bounty on myself as well, like for a couple thousand or more. No promises yet. I need to try to talk to WPT and see if we can make that happen. Hello from Australia, Brad. Love your content. Hope to see you here sometime. I went out to the Gold Coast for WPT in September of 2022 and had a great time out there. Played at the Star Casino and just really loved playing with all the Aussies. Super, super nice guys. Brad, Canada versus USA for the finals. That's going to be awesome. 5 p.m. I forgot that's at 5. Yeah, I need to go somewhere for that. I'm really looking forward to that one after the match a couple days ago. Man, that was wild. Like 3 fights in 10 seconds. I think Canada's actually going to win this one, to be honest. Like, I just see them, you know, they need to get some pride back after kind of getting torched on home ice. When I was in Montreal a couple months ago, I actually went to the Habs hockey arena. It's kind of, the name of it's kind of slipping my mind right now, but we took Henry, had a great time. Jarrett S2K says, this is such a cool stream that I just stumbled on. Very cool. Well, glad to have you watching. John Blankman says, listening to you in the background while I do my differential equation homework. Is that like... Yeah. Is that calculus, differentials? It's been a very long time since I've done differentials, but is that what determines like the slope on a 3x squared graph or something? At any point, like if the equation is like 3x squared, is the slope at any point like 6x? Is that how you do it? You multiply the 3 times the exponential? I don't know, man. I don't want to bore you guys too much with that stuff. Christopher, can you get into the free roll if you're already a member of ClubWPT Gold? Yeah, if you've already signed up using promo Brad, then and you've already purchased $19.99 or more of gold coins, then yeah, you're already eligible. In each 1,000 hands you play, you get an extra 5,000 in chips. Steve Schwartz says, I signed up a few weeks ago with your promo code. Will I be able to enter the free roll? Yes, you will. All right. Michael Spain says, do you have to be in the USA? I'm at my house in Panama. So ClubWPT Gold is really, it's only for the US and 46 states right now. WPT Global, however, is likely available in Panama. That's the site that WPT has that's outside of the US, or for, you know, players outside the US. And if you use my promo code Brad, I believe you get a deposit match up to either 1,200 or 1,500 on WPT Global. Josh Piconza said, how would you suggest starting my own vlog? He's written it 3 times. Please don't just copy and paste them in there. I would just go for it. There's no real suggestion. When I started my vlog, it was December 2nd of 2016 is when I put my first one out. I had 0 video editing skills. Marvin's right here. He's probably gonna jump up on this. Maybe I'll create a little space for him to say hi. You wanna jump up? Jump up here, buddy. I took like an hour's worth of YouTube tutorials on iMovie, and then decided to just give my first, video a shot. I wanted to share my life with family and friends who kept asking when I was gonna quit poker and do, have a real job again. And I thought if they knew what my life was like as a poker player, that I wasn't just like a degenerate gambler, that there was a lot of skill involved, that they would stop asking me and they would be more approving of everything. And then I put out the video, and let's see here, guys. Try to get a big 3-bet through, big 3-bet squeeze. There's Marvin. I don't know if you can see him. Damn it. Yeah, I really didn't want to see an all-in. I mean, this is just so likely like ace-king. I think I'm just going to have to fold this, actually. 16% pre-flop raise. I honestly, I should have just folded pre-flop. All right, you win. You win. Marvin is right here. What was the question again? I forgot. Well, sorry about that. My brain has been fried after having to 3-bet fold that one. Okay, yeah, suggesting... dude, Josh, you keep asking this question. I'm going to have to block you, buddy. Or put you in timeout. Please stop doing that. So yeah, I put out the first vlog. An hour after I put it out, it had 18 views. And then at that point, I think I was 20... How old was I? I was 28. And at that point, I was like, do I really want my family and friends who, you know, have all like established themselves in their careers, seeing this shitty video that I made as a 28-year-old playing 2-5? And honestly, I wasn't sure the answer to that question. And I almost took down the video an hour after putting it up. But I'm glad that I didn't. I think a couple days later, YouTube started promoting it way more in the algorithm. It got some traction. And then I remember I had like 200 subs in one day, like 3 days into it. And I was just super excited. And it was something that was really cool. And the channel just, you know, it got like a couple thousand views that first video, maybe after 5 days, and maybe 10,000 after the first week. I remember my dad seeing it and just thinking it was like awesome that so many people enjoyed the vlog, despite like the low production quality or anything. So just give it a shot if you're interested in making content. I mean, there's a couple things that can happen. One is nobody sees it and you don't have to worry about like looking silly or anything. Or two, a ton of people see it, and that's a good outcome, regardless of what they think about, you know, what you did. But usually, a lot of people aren't going to see it unless it's like somewhat interesting and palatable. What I will say, if you want to start a vlog at this point, is it's a lot tougher to get traction. There are so many poker vloggers. Timing was something that really benefited me. If I started now, you know, maybe I'd just get lost in the shuffle, but I already had a ton of experience playing poker. I'd already been playing poker for a living, and my intentions for starting a vlog wasn't to become some big YouTube personality. I really just wanted to show my family and friends, you know, what my life was like. And I thought it would be kind of similar to a 2+2 forum where I would share my hands with the poker community, and then in the comment section we would go back and forth and figure out, you know, kind of just ways to get better collectively. But as the channel got bigger, you know, there were just so many kind of recreational players who were just kind of interested in seeing how I play, and there's obviously not much back and forth, but it's turned into just such a cool thing, especially with the meetup games and traveling all over and interacting and meeting people in like different countries and continents. Christopher Santoro says, how many floors does your house have? My house has 2 floors. The fuck? What else do we have here? So yeah, we're a month into kind of the launch for just people who have signed up using ambassador codes. So that was phase 1. We're now in phase 2. now that everybody, even if you didn't use my code or anyone else's, you're allowed to play on the site, which has made things a lot more fun. I mean, it's hard to have games with as much action as this. Right now we're playing 50 cents, or well, 51-2 with the 50 ante. We're playing with sweeps coins that are redeemable for cash. So yeah, guys, we can play in 46 states. We can play in Idaho, Michigan, Montana, and Washington. Thank you for putting that in the chat, Keith Jazz. Carlos Landos. Glad I can watch a live stream from the gym. Nice. Yeah, I wish I went to the gym today. Did do a little bit of a workout in the backyard with Henry. Tried to get a little bit of sun. I'm very pale right now. Chad Germano. Been watching you since day one. Can't say enough about how much influence you have on me. I wouldn't love poker as much as I do if it wasn't for you. Very cool, man. Yeah, I love hearing that. I also do kind of have like mixed feelings about it because, you know, I hope poker is a net positive for everybody who watches, but I mean, I've had a lot of dark times in poker myself, so I guess we're just gonna rip this. I mean, wait, no, not rip this. Man, this is kind of like too weird of a spot. He just rips it into, I think we gotta fold this. Two other players behind us. Let's let somebody else catch him and see what he's doing this kind of thing with. I mean, there's just no real need to do it with, there's no need to risk that much. I think he like ripped it for like 2x pot. We would have beat Skull Bear, but we would have lost to Johnny Bravo. We are gonna be 3-betting this one. Evan Alexander, $10. Excited to play the table with you, Brad. EQ. Oh, nice. That's this guy right here. Very cool. Nice to play with you, man. Yep, we are gonna be 3-betting this. So let's see, 4x, 5x is 30. We'll go a little bit more. We'll go 34. Get out of there. That's the one that we wanted to fold the most. All right, so this is an interesting situation now because we 3-bet. We don't have a super strong hand. Like he can have 10s or 9s for sure. So we are gonna bet small here. I mean, you could have like queen jacks. I probably won't have queen jacks suited. Could have a better ace than us. We don't have the ace of diamonds, which makes things tough. We did just bet small on the flop. I mean, this is a tough one to navigate. We kind of want to like try to get to showdown for as little as possible, but after 3-betting, fuck, dude. Backdoor diamonds gets there. I mean, I'm gonna put like a blocker bet out there and fold to a shove, because I think he could easily have like ace x of diamonds or something else of diamonds. Fuck. Ace jack, yeah. After we I mean, he shouldn't be calling the 3-bet with ace jack offsuit for one thing, so that's a bit frustrating. I mean, that's why you can maybe just like remove all bluffs and probably just print money on this site, to be honest. Colby Fontaine, $5. When are you going to come back to the Hard Rock in Tampa? That is a good question. I'm not really sure. WPT was going there, which made it a lot easier. now that they don't go to Tampa anymore, it's looking like I'll probably just be going to Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, and Best Bet. Because with those trips to Florida, you know, it's kind of tougher for me to go to Tampa. Although I do have a good friend, my buddy Thomas Jackson, who lives in the Tampa area, and then my cousin just moved out there. So it's not impossible. I almost went this year when the Niners were playing the Buccaneers in Tampa. That was like right before Jacksonville in November. All right, Rick Lucian, what's your thoughts on late registration? For example, if average SAC is 75K in a late level and you start with 25K, is it too big a disadvantage to register? I mean, it really doesn't matter so much on average stack. Kind of depends on big blind. I mean, I like late registering, to be honest, but it depends on what your skill set is. Ivy late registers like everything. I mean, he's going for player of the year and other things, but the beginning stages just don't matter a ton. Although the top tourney pros, like a lot of them, like Darren Elias, he'll get there right in the beginning of each tournament that he plays because he wants to take advantage of the bad players who are going to stack off and lose all their chips before some of the better players even show up. So you kind of want to catch those punts. But if you're not good at playing like super deep, then maybe you kind of skip those first levels when you're playing 100 or 200 big blinds deep. I don't know why anyone asks if there's a delay. Like you'd have to be pretty damn dumb to think that I'm doing this with no delay. All right. Hello, Bronin from Greece. What do you think about Poker Stars? Is it good? I've never played on Poker Stars since they don't. I mean, it's allowed, I think, in a couple states in the U.S. I did watch Andrew play from Michigan. I don't really know. I mean, in general, the company is really good. I have a lot of respect for the way that they've run things and their emphasis on site security. I like the people who they've signed. I like Jason Kunawa. I like Scraggy, Lex, Caitlin. So yeah, there's certain companies that I don't hold in quite as high regard. Like PokerStars is certainly high up there. This is, I found out about this song a long time ago when I was watching, I think it's called Kingdom. It was that kind of UFC type show with one of the Jonas Brothers. It was a really cool show. I loved it. That's no fun. Come on, give us some action. Jacob, yo Brad, you ever play at MGM National Harbor? Thoughts, if so? I did play there. I played there a couple months after it opened in January 2017. I think I made my episodes like poker vlogs like 7 through 10 from MGM National Harbor. And yeah, I loved it. There was a ton of action. At that time, MGM National Harbor and Maryland Live were just crushing it with tons of games all the time. So yeah, you can kind of check out those videos if you're interested in seeing how it went. But I did well overall, and I haven't gone back. I always wanted to go back, but I never got a chance to. Greg Besso, $5. You gonna come to the Northeast anytime soon? I don't have any plans to, but again, you know, that could change, especially if WPT goes out to like Borgata or something like they have in the past. It's been a little while since they've gone to Borgata. I think I was there in September 2023. I went to the Encore in Boston, and I had a good time, but the rake was absurd. I think it was like $13 a down for 510, whereas it's $14 every 2 downs at Bellagio for 510. Stone Cold Killa, have you ever played any of the seasonal Borgata WPT events in Atlantic City? No, I haven't. Yeah, Atlantic City is one place that I've never been at all to play poker. So I've never been to a lot of those places, pretty much any of them. I've never been to, you know, like Sugar House or the Pennsylvania ones, other than Rivers and Pittsburgh last year. That was pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed that trip to Pittsburgh. That ballpark out there is like one of my PNC Park. It's like such a cool place to play, or such a cool place to watch a baseball game. How do you get more sweep coins to play higher stakes? So when you purchase gold coins, they come with sweeps coins. That's kind of the way we're able to play on this site. So the gold coins are just play coins. They don't really mean a ton. The sweeps coins are the ones that are redeemable for cash. So let's say we have to fold pocket deuces here. So let's say we want to buy $20 worth of gold coins after we've signed up with promo Brad to be eligible for this $100,000 free roll on March 25th. That'll come with 20 sweeps coins called SC, and you can purchase $100 worth of gold coins, and it comes with 100 sweeps coins. And then you play the sweeps coins tables, is what we're doing right now. And then once you're done, those sweeps coins are redeemable for cash at 1-to-1 with USD. Hey, Brad, met you and Andrew 2 years ago in Biloxi, had a beer and made the vid. Been a fan long before that, but it was great meeting you in person. Yeah, that was awesome. That was a good trip out there at Biloxi. We were there for the $1 million heater, I think is what they call it, in January. Paul Connolly, hey from Ireland. Nice, it's gotta be getting kind of late in Ireland. Goblin Bear, what's your favorite hand? I mean, it's hard to not say jiggities at this point, you know? But yeah, I don't really particularly have one that sticks out to me other than that. Jack 10 suited is fun to play. You're gonna play the AZ State Championship tourney in August. Love you, man. I don't know. My mom, she has a place, a home in Scottsdale, so I do go out there occasionally. And yeah, I haven't been to the new room at Talking Stick. I know it's been open for like a year and a half, but I've wanted to do that. I did go out to Arizona. I watched the Niners-Cardinals game. It was the last game of the season in January. That meant absolutely nothing. But yeah, I stayed with my mom. I brought my son. It was just me and Henry alone flying to Scottsdale so that Amber could have the girls trip with her friends doing some wine tasting in Temecula. So that was something that was kind of scary, but luckily just a 45-minute flight, so I managed to get Henry there without any big problems. Brochetta said, I fall asleep to your videos. I also enjoy them while I'm awake, but your commentary is such that I don't have to see the screen. Kind of weird. I wonder how you feel about that. I like that. I like that people, don't necessarily have to watch and can still enjoy them. I think that's good. Anwari Hinawi said, finally caught you live. All the love from Jordan. Bradley Dollar's on the way. Nice. Forrest Lynn says, been enjoying WPT Gold. The games are so much better than the typical online sweat fest. Yeah, I can't beat them today. That seems to be... We haven't really hit any big hands though either. I mean, we got flush over flush in the beginning. That was pretty brutal. Then a 3-bet the ace-5 suited, and we flopped top pair and lost ace-jack. So that was unfortunate, but as soon as we start making some hands, hit some sets, some straights, some flushes that win, that would be nice. Sometimes you just have to kind of be patient. This is really kind of at the bottom of our range. I'm going to go ahead and do 550 here. If this didn't have a straddle and the ante, I would just fold King Jack offsuit from under the gun. I now have to fold it to this 3-bet, which is annoying. I mean, very unlikely this guy's doing it light or with anything worse than like an ace when he's second to act. Has a bunch of other people behind him. Greg Besso. I can confirm that the rake at Encore Boston is ridiculous at 1.3 and possibly 2.5. It's 10% up to and including $10. Yeah, I remember that when I was there. That's crazy. Aces Crack says, when is the free roll? The free roll is March 25th. $100,000 free roll for those who sign up with my code and purchase $19.99 worth of gold coins or more. Those gold coins are just play coins, but they come with 20 SC coins, sweeps coins. And those sweeps coins are the ones that are redeemable for cash at 1-to-1 with the US dollar. Guys, who do we have tonight? Who do we have in the hockey match? USA or Canada? Let me know in the chat who you think's gonna win. I think Canada's got a lot to play for. They were embarrassed on home ice, and they now need to get some revenge. There's probably a lot of Canadians wearing their revenge range t-shirts today. And they say, hell no. Paul Pirate says, do you plan on going back to Reno? If so, what is your casino of choice? Peppermill, man. Peppermill's a really nice, property in Reno. I think maybe you can play at Atlantis or whatever that other one is. But I think that it just doesn't make sense to play poker anywhere outside of Peppermill if you're in Reno. Mitchell Papazian says, what's your breakdown of online versus live play? I get so bored playing online sometimes, but no casinos near me. Well, I mean, I like to play live quite a bit, obviously for multiple different reasons. Creating vlogs out of it is fun. Just going to the strip is a lot of fun for me, and then seeing people face to face and kind of interacting with everybody makes it pretty enjoyable, and just playing much higher stakes. Like I've been playing a lot of 25-50. I've been playing some 100 in some vlogs that are going to be coming out soon. I'm very excited about those ones. Fuck, dude, just give us a fucking set one time, man. But we do have straight outs. 4 or 5 would be good. This is just tough. Like if anyone bets here, and it would be this person who's betting, and he's saying that he has like top pair or better. We're playing this in position. We don't want to blow this up in case small blind or big blind has like ace 3 or ace deuce. We're just gonna peel one off. Hope we drill that 4, but we don't. I mean, it has to look pretty scary. This guy did just rip it with ace jack. No. Here's what we're gonna do. We'll do a little min raise. See how he responds here. All right, I don't think he's got much, to be honest. I don't know if we can get him to fold an ace, but we're gonna try. Don't call with ace jack. I feel like he's gonna call with ace jack, like 100%. Nailed it. The world's best hand reader, world's worst executor. All right. I think we're down like 500 bucks right now. I think we're at maybe. I actually don't know. Oh damn! I didn't get that in time. Fuck. 25 big blinds. Just do a small raise here. All right, we got a lot of USA fans in the chat. Jose Lopez says, what MTT are you on, Brad, so that I can jump in? We are not on an MTT. This is kind of interesting here. We have bottom 2 pair, 3 opponents. I mean, we could be drawing slim. I mean, in a number of different ways. Board's not going to get any better for us, really. This is actually a blank. Like, queen 9 is already straight. I mean, the only thing that gets there is 9-7, king 8. I hope these guys both just have 1 diamond in their hand. But I'm a bit concerned about this person. Boom! Got him. There we go. Now, not having that 200 hit our account before the hand kind of hurts us. So this looks like, damn it, come on. Streaming with this web browser and everything kind of makes things a little bit tougher. So, you know, site's still new. There are occasional bugs that happen, which is what happens with any new site. Brian Mullally has a bunch of Canadian flags in there. Gabe Henry says, Brady, will you ever take a shot at the massive nosebleeds like on HCL and in Macau? I mean, I've played like massive games. I've been playing I've been playing some 100 games that I have some vlogs for coming out. That I mentioned earlier. I lost 42,000 in the last vlog playing 2550. Those are pretty big games. Those are the biggest games that really run in Vegas. There are reasons that I don't particularly want to be playing on Hustler, although, you know, it's not impossible that I play on Hustler. They do a lot of things that I don't really like try to create extra drama with stuff. You know, they have considered themselves the first reality poker TV show and have these incidents with you know, Sashimi's fake boob coming out and all the stuff with Robbie. I don't really want anything to do with drama in poker. I wanted to create these poker vlogs to This guy bets into 3 players. I guess we'll peel one once, but oh yes, gladly peeled once. But yeah, I created the poker vlogs to show people what playing for a living is actually like. And then when they start doing kind of these other strange things to create drama and just really like they're like choreographed to make it more exciting for viewers, for their audience. That's cool, and that brings in a whole different crowd into poker, but it's just something that I'm not really interested in being a part of so much. I just want to show up. I actually don't even 100% love filming like private games. I prefer to just like show up, film public games, see who's there, kind of play against whatever personalities happen to be in the game, and documenting that and then sharing it with you guys. When the thing is that if you want to play higher stakes, like they have to be private games almost. Like almost everything above 5-10 in Vegas is private, although they're starting to get some 10-20 games that are public at Bellagio and maybe a little bit at Wynn as well. Can people from other countries play on ClubWPTGold? Greetings from Argentina. No, right now it is just US for ClubWPTGold. You can play on WPT Global if you're in other countries. I mean, he just limps in. He likes to limp. He's a limper. Puts us in a tricky spot now. I mean, what does this guy have, right? I think we can get him to fold. I mean, do we even want? I mean, maybe our ace is good. Maybe ace high is the best hand. Do we just peel this once? This guy likes to play a lot of pots. This is what we're gonna do. Put in a little check raise. I don't like calling because then we have to guess where we're at the entire time. We have removal to ace, king, king, queen, aces. Like, I just don't think he's always gonna have a big hand. And then just because we checked doesn't mean that we can't have a big hand on a very, very dry flop like that. And so that way we just put him in a tough spot. I think a lot of the time he's either not gonna have much or he's gonna be betting to see where he's at. And he found out. Sneaky Beeve says, thanks for posting a screenshot of my tournament win on the last vlog. Cool moment. My wife, unfortunately, did not care even slightly. Yeah, that's cool. I've been enjoying it when people have reached out on Twitter and Instagram, sharing with me their experiences on ClubWPTGold. So it's been pretty cool. Matthew S. said, you ever use psychic energy? I feel like sometimes you do know that you're gonna win. You know, sometimes I just get this sense that we've got to rip it. I don't know if you guys remember that like $65,000 pot I got into. What happened here? The thing is, when we raise, the hands that he's supposed to 3-bet with, and he doesn't really raise a ton, are hands that contain a jack or 10. Like, those are the ones that, as bluffs that he's supposed to have, like queen jack suited, jack 10 suited as a squeeze. So when we have those, it makes it even more likely. I mean, even if he has those, he has us beat. But if he doesn't, then he's gonna have like ace king, ace queen hands. And we're not suited, so I mean, easy decision for us to fold. But yeah, I got it in versus a player named Kenny, who was just playing absolutely wild. He ended up having ace king, but I felt like I was gonna win if I ripped it for like 30,000 effective. I mean, there were straddles and double straddles on, and We got it in with ace queen against ace king, and I think the flop came like jack 10 8, so we had a double gutter, and then turn was a 4 and the river was a king, so we drilled the nuts in a massive $65,000 pot. That was awesome, and I did kind of just feel like I was due for something good to happen, because I think I'd lost like some other all-in earlier, and I felt like I was due. You never really want to like use that word in poker, but it's hard to not feel like you're due sometimes.
It's the perfect time of day to throw all your cares away. Put the sprinkler on the lawn and run through with my
Carson Kitchell says, "Can you shred the guitar for us?" I could play a little guitar. I think sometimes this mic doesn't pick it up and it just comes out muted, which is annoying, but I will take some requests. If you guys request a song and I can play it, then I'll bring the guitar out at that point. You guys are gonna have to guess what songs I can play though, which might be tough because it's not like I know a billion of them. I do know a good amount though, especially if you can request some songs from like early 2000s. Okay, Guacamole says, "Love your videos. Question, I've never played in live tournaments before, but is playing tournament on this ClubWPTGold a good way to practice playing in a live tournament?" Yeah, definitely. Just playing small stakes or just playing for play money on the site is a good way to just improve your poker skill. I mean, there are different things that you have to think about when you're playing live, but it's certainly good to kind of get adjusted to playing poker and getting your strategy down. This is kind of interesting with this middle pair here, multi-way. It's kind of a fun one to turn into a check raise because we have removal to 2 pair and sets. What does this person have? Yeah, let's fucking do it, guys. Let's do it. Me and this kind of a Hail Mary because we do have to get through 3 people who like the flop enough to put in $12. If we can get in through this first one, it would be great. If not, then it's gonna make life a lot tougher for us. So, but we do it. Easy game. Knew it was gonna work the whole time. No questions. Bobby Sparks says, "I was told when the site goes fully live, whoever promo code we use will have some sweeps coin promo." Is that true? So the site is fully live. It's now fully live as of, this is another one to kind of get our boy Iku, who's watching the stream. Put a nice little check raise in. He doesn't have it. Don't try to... Do not try to stream snipe me. Iku. Get the fuck out. Nate the Penguin. Let's just get a spade and then let's rock this thing. Oh, beautiful card. We don't need to go quite that high. I'm not even gonna go like that big. Like, they've got to be so afraid of the flush at this point. I'm still betting, even though the flush draw gets there, Iku. Do not try to stream snipe me. Got him. 2 check raise bluffs in a row. There we go. Now we're doing some fun things that are working out. All right, what was the question? Okay, something about sweeps coins promos. I don't think there's going to be any sweeps coins promos, and if there are, it'll be like if you used our code, you know, you can still like deposit and still be able to like have a deposit match or something like that. Right now, if you sign up using promo Brad, you buy $20 worth of gold coins, those are, you make yourself eligible for this $100,000 free roll March 25th. So, I mean, that is a fucking insane promotion. We're giving away $100,000 to just the people who sign up using this promo code. So it's just you viewers, which is awesome. So I can't wait for that. I'm going to be streaming that one, and it should be really cool. Paul Connolly says, what's the strangest gift a fan gave you? All right, hold on. We got a, Matthew says Stairway and says, just kidding. You don't think I can play a little Stairway? Play a little Stairway for you. I don't know how good it'll be right now. So the problem with this is that I haven't played much acoustic guitar. So I'm already making excuses, which is generally not good. All right, but I fucked it up. One last time. I am very, very nervous. All right, that's as good as it gets for now. I usually just end up playing a lot of bootleg versions of things because I either forgot how to play them exactly, or when I learned some way that wasn't exactly correct. I don't know if that'll come up through the audio, but hopefully it does. Let me know. Evan Alexander said, I had you too on this one. Yeah. So, Evan Alexander's Iku. He said so that ace jack one where I had the ace of spades, we got him. Matthew Bora said, so a Tuesday for the free roll, what time does it start? Normal people work during the week. Normal people, come on. I actually don't know what time the free roll starts. I will have to ask my people here. I mean, we literally just came up with this idea this morning when I woke up at 8 a.m. But I will have the more info in the description box of like the vlog that comes out Monday. All right, guys, we're making a comeback on this stream, although I don't think we've made like any actual hands yet. So it'd be, I don't know, we did have that trip nines hand when we got it in against the person with the spade draw. Li Xiang the Potato says, did you earn more money on YouTube or cash games? I've earned a similar amount of money between poker and YouTube. Although, like, I always try to make more money playing poker, but last year, I mean, I just had a bad year. Made more on YouTube, obviously. The 2 years before that, I made 250,000 on each year, basically, right around $250,000 playing poker. Very, very good years. Dan Goolsby said, what if you are already signed up for ClubWPT Gold? Can you still get in the free roll? Yes, you can. Lava Wielder says, now he wants to see us on the electric guitar. The problem with the electric guitar is I don't think that'll really come through on the mic well at all. But yeah, I really love playing electric guitar more. This is like by far my favorite guitar to play because it's just like really easy. And then when I switch back to 13 gauge strings on the acoustic guitar, my fingers just aren't nearly as strong as like what they used to be when I almost exclusively practiced on acoustic guitar. So I also had more time back in those days to play guitar, so my fingers were stronger as well. Not good to get downgraded, although we do pick up a straight draw. All right, I'm gonna put out a little blocker bet here. See if we can get called by a 4 or 5, maybe even a. Yeah, all right. When they raise, they just fucking have it. They just have something better. Like, there's no way we call when we have the best hand. Should I call just to show you guys that there's no way? Sure. Like I said the whole time, we are gonna have the best hand. When we get min raised, it's just very likely they're gonna have a 4 and our 9 is gonna be best. So nailed that one. Nailed it. That one, how do I give money to you guys? You guys won that one. If it wasn't for you guys, I probably would have just folded for $2 more, despite getting $1 million to 1. I just think people aren't raising $2 more with bottom pair that frequently. Edward O'Reilly says, will you ever visit Ireland to play some poker? I would love to do that. I've actually tried to set up meetup games there in the past, but it just hasn't worked out. So yeah, I went to Dublin in 2009, the summer of my junior year of college. I was studying abroad in England. We took a weekend trip to Dublin, went to the Guinness factory, went to a handful of other bars, and I loved it. So I would love to go back. I'll try to make that happen. Mookie says, I've always wanted to know what's with the Flames hat on the shelf behind you. Signed an Oilers fan. So you might see this Leafs fan, or this Leafs hat, and one Flames fan got so annoyed at seeing that they needed to be represented up there, and they gave me the Calgary hat. Guacamole, huh? Oh, dude, this guy's a legend. I saw this earlier. 93% VPIP, 88% pre-flop raises. Safe to say ace queen offsuit is gonna be a bit ahead of this guy's range. Does not let us down. We get a fucking tremendous flop here. I mean, what a dream flop. Top, backdoor flush draw. I'm just gonna call this because, like, what are we worried about here? I mean, we'll just let this guy bluff into. Fuck, that's what we're worried about. We're worried about that goddamn king of clubs. That is the worst card in the deck. The only overcard that comes out that just wrecks our world here. Especially because he could have, like, king queen, right? Like king queen of hearts even. I mean, he's the person that I'm most concerned about. But he didn't really call like a big bet. He bets half pot here. I just feel like we're up against exactly king queen almost like 100% of the time. And now, man, wow, what a great flop and terrible. I mean, could they have like queen jack? Could they have king x of hearts? That's so frustrating. Yeah, king queen of hearts. Well, I don't know how we could have played that one. That was probably the best hand I played today. Ugh. Everything teed up for us, then we just get wrecked, but we do lose the minimum. They ended up both beating us. I think he had 2 pair. I mean, we're gonna be 3-betting this guy fucking every hand. What? VPIP is about to drop drastically with that open fold, buddy. All right. Yeah. We don't really have a ton going for us here. 3 opponents. I mean, if anyone bets into 3 people as a bluff, God bless him. This is one of my favorite songs from high school. This is a little bit of Say Anything, Yellow Cat. Isaac Lang, if you're already signed up, how do you qualify for the free roll? If you've already signed up using my code, then all you have to do is deposit or buy $20 or more worth of gold coins. So that $19.99 package will qualify you. That'll get you 20 sweeps coins, and also if you play 1,000 sweeps coins hands, then you get 5,000 to start in chips. Otherwise, if you don't play 1,000 in sweeps coins hands before, you just get 2,000. And actually, every 1,000 hands of sweeps coins you play, you get an additional 5,000 up to 100,000. So if you sign up using my code and you purchase those gold coins, but then you play in the sweeps coins games, yeah, you could start out with 100,000 in chips and have a big advantage against everybody else. I'm rewatching this ace queen hand. So brutal, man. Damn, we could have just gotten stacked there though. I feel very fortunate that there was a small bet on the flop and then it just checked through on the turn and I was able to get away on the river. Just keep your head above. Let's get a set one time. Come on. Yeah, something corporate. And Andrew McMahon. Something corporate was another one of my favorite bands in high school. Although this is, I think it's Jack's Mannequin, or Andrew McMahon. He is like, this is Jack's Mannequin. It goes by a couple different names here. No Heart. No Heart. Don't, oh fuck. I don't really care that much when we would have hit big hands, even though we folded pre-flop. I mean, that one, ace-6 offsuit. Easy fold. Still about 1,400 viewers right now. I appreciate you guys watching, just hanging out. Eli Hickey said, I was the person with the spade draw. Good game, Brad. If anyone gets my money, it's you. Thanks, man. I think that's this garbage poker person. So he's watching as well. A couple of you guys in the chat are at the table. Very cool. I'd appreciate it if, you know, you don't try to slow down the game to try to stream snipe me after the 3-minute delay. If you do, I have to cut the stream. I have to actually kind of probably turn off the stream, or I could make the duration. I don't know if midstream, if I can make the duration like a longer delay. So just play quickly. With how short these shot clocks are, I don't really know that there's a possibility of stream sniping except for like in very, very long hands. Rank these bands: Modest Mouse, Weezer, Jimmy Eat World. Yeah, let's see. I'm a huge Modest Mouse fan. Weezer just had like the whole Blue album. That's like one of the best albums of all time. It might be, I mean, it's certainly like top 3 for me. Modest Mouse, I like a lot of their stuff, but I don't know if there's like one album in particular. Like The Moon in Antarctica, that's a really, really good one that I love. But I don't know if that's even like on the top 3 for me. And Weezer's just been around. I mean, Modest Mouse has been around forever too. But yeah, I would rank them Weezer, Modest Mouse, then Jimmy Eat World. I don't really know a ton of Jimmy Eat World songs other than like In the Middle, you know? What other ones to have? I'm sure there's a bunch that I would know if you mentioned them to me, but I just can't really think of any at the exact moment. All right, so this is what we got. We got a limp caller, someone who defended the big blind. This person just gonna have like a lot of small pocket pairs, like deuces, threes, fours. I'm actually gonna try to take our king high, whatever. I mean, we're not gonna win this hand, guys. Not gonna win it. Yeah. What are the lowest cash game blinds? I know they have like 5 cent, 10 cent on here. They also have play money. The gold coin ones are just play money. So if you feel like playing those and you kind of just want to either get used to the site or you're just learning and you just kind of want to get more reps in for poker in general, that's a good way to learn with no risk. Also, here's a good flop for us. We do need to bet for protection here. We obviously don't want to see a ace, queen, or jack come out. I like that this person bet. They can get EQ out, who's watching the stream right now. Fuck that shit. He just calls. I feel like that's kind of a trap here. But it could be something with like 8-7. We are going to raise because there are just too many draws out here. We really want him out. Okay, I mean, that's kind of an interesting one, but like 10-8 gets there, like 5-7, 9-7, so many straights get there. If they bet again, that's quite scary. We're gonna try to bet small here, and then if we get check raised, we just fold. If we get called, we're gonna check back all rivers other than a king or 10. But we will certainly take the fold. All right, Iku, we actually had a real hand on that one. All right, Evan Alexander. It hasn't been close on the delay. I wouldn't be concerned about it. All right, Evan is Iku, so he's telling me that there's been plenty of time in between when we actually play the hand and when it comes up on the stream. I appreciate that, dude. That's exactly what I would say if it is close and I was gonna stream snipe though. No, I trust you. I trust you. These hands, they're mostly getting done under a minute, and there's a 3 minute. I think it's actually maybe even 3 minute and 20-second delay. Jerry Aguirre says, when is the 100K free roll? He's not particularly good at looking at the details because right next to where it says join my $100,000 free roll, it says March 25th. So that's when it is. Appreciate you guys in the chat who are answering the questions for me so I don't have to repeat anything. Is ClubWPTGold available in Canada? It's not available yet, but it should be soon. I don't know exactly when. I'm hoping in the next few weeks, but I don't want to give you false hope. Matthew S. says, so many Canadians here, eh? Yeah, man, they're watching the stream, getting pumped up for this USA Canada hockey rematch. Where are they playing it anyway? I know it's in the US somewhere. I feel like it's in... Is it in DC? That would be sick. Washington Capitals Arena? I feel like that is the most fitting place to do it. This is a big 5.5x raise. If it was smaller, I would call. This is someone in the chat. Just make it smaller so I can play because you're watching it. Be fun to play a hand together. But when you're making it $1 billion, I can't really call 10-9 off. Kevin Sproul. I've taken what I've learned from you, Brad, and turned 10 SC into 50 SC in 50 hands in 5 cent, 10 cent in my first session. Let's hope I can keep it going. That's awesome. I love to hear that. Yeah, games are pretty damn good. I can't beat them, obviously, but yeah, they're good. No, I'm up. I was up 1,000 before today on here over, let's see how many hands I played total. So this is your entire history. So I played 1,839 hands total, and I was up, $1,000. I think I might have played like 200 today or something on stream. I think I might be in for, I don't know, 650 or something today. So we're stuck a little bit, but we've also run into some tricky situations that we've had to navigate. I feel like, pretty proud of the play today overall. Had to make some tough decisions, and I feel like there weren't any massive mistakes that I wish we had back. I remember we had to fold that ace 10 with the 10 of clubs when this player here had ace jack and just like open ripped it on the flop into like 3 other players. And then he had, yeah, so he had us beat, and then this player that was in this seat had queens with the queen of clubs. And would have lost. Chris Klupinger says, "You're my favorite YouTuber. Have you ever played poker in Oregon? There's no rake." I did. I played at Meadows back when it was at the horse track. And that was an interesting experience. I think that was maybe... That would have been in 2018. I think it was August or September of 2018. That was fun. NDS said, "Hey Brad, I just wanted to thank you for always interacting with my tweets whenever I tweet about ClubWPTGold." Yeah, man, you got it. I don't really get as many, I'm not really on Twitter like a ton posting things. I like to see what other people are saying in the poker world. But yeah, so when I get notified, pretty happy to respond, especially if it's like ClubWPTGold related. Hunter Cheslock says, "When will WPT allow multi-tabling?" That's a feature that should be out in 2 months. I don't know if I'm actually supposed to be saying that or not, but that is their main priority. There's still some kinks and things to work out since we're in the early stages of the launch. Once those are all sorted and the site is running as smoothly as possible, we'll feel better about adding the multi-table feature, and then that's going to be its own client at that point. It won't be web browser based. So a couple things that are, I mean, there's a ton of things that are being worked on to constantly make the site better and just more enjoyable from a user perspective and from my own perspective, streaming too. Chris Carswell watching from Portugal. Good luck, Brad. Thanks, man. Portugal would be awesome. You ever seen those massive, I think the largest wave ever surfed was, they say that record was just broken, I think at Mavericks within the last month or two, but before that, it was in Portugal, and just the most epic surf video I've ever seen, and it looks way cooler than this most recent record-breaking wave. But you'll just see like this huge wave kind of materialize, and there's people watching like 2 miles away, and you see like this big lighthouse, and it's in Portugal. I think like Nazareth or something like that. I forget exactly what it's called. Something with an N, but it's just this legendary spot. And I always thought it would be cool to go to Portugal for multiple reasons, but that video is something that always comes to mind when I think about Portugal. It looks like maybe advance yourself is maybe the real Taylor Swift. Oh no, okay. 2 people in the chat, Evan, Alexander, and Advance Yourself, are both in the chat, both at the table. Madison Dowling says, "What is SC?" SC stands for Sweeps Coins. Those are the ones that are redeemable for cash. So if you sign up to the site, you buy gold coins. When you buy let's say $20 worth of gold coins, you get 20 sweeps coins. You play in the sweeps coins games. Once you're done playing, the sweeps coins are redeemable for cash at 1-to-1 with the US dollar. Hope you guys are Rage Against the Machine fans. Is this off of the Empire? I think it's off of Empire. Is that what? That's what that Rage one is called, right? Empire. Brandon Gerchin says, why haven't they added more stake levels? Kind of weird buy-in jumps from 40 to 200 right now. I'm not really sure exactly what you're talking about, but they have 124, which is 400, and they have 248 now, which I assume is 800. I actually haven't played that stake yet. Jeff McCarty says, will they have satellites to WPT events? I think almost definitely. So yeah, I mean, that'll be something that's really cool. I love playing. You know, I'm obviously affiliated with WPT and everything, but I've just had a lot of fun playing like the $3,500 events. I think that's a sweet spot for buy-ins, where you still get like a lot of recreational players. You still get massive prize pools, like the $1 million first place prizes at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, and if you lose 3,500, I mean, it's a good amount of money. Like you want to play your best, but if you lose 3,500, it's not like the worst. You know, it's not like a massive loss for the guys that are playing them. And I'm usually willing to fire, you know, 2 or 3 bullets or so. Nazar, yeah, or Nazare, I think is what it's called. Yeah, people in the chat are talking about the 100+ foot waves. Liberty for American Now says, I don't see this tournament on ClubWPTGold. We're playing a cash game with sweeps coins, so this is not a tournament. You can get into this cash game yourself. Remember to sign up using the promo code BRAD. That way, if you play in this game and you purchase $20 worth of gold coins or more, pretty interesting flop for us. I think it's quite good. But that way you're eligible for the $100,000 free roll on. We actually have to bet an amount here that's like not insignificant, because we don't really want overcards to come out. This person could, you know, they could have an 8, but all right. I mean, winning it at that point is good for us. Like, you know, usually you can kind of down bet when it's a paired board, and with 2 players, you can down bet as well. Good argument for just down betting, although I think that the way we played it is okay, given our thought process of making it so it's a little easier for us to navigate on future streets. Mint print. Now, when you got ace queen suited, this is not the flop that you expect to see, but it is one that'll actually, this flop will actually like do quite well for our range. The problem is, I mean, he's betting into 2 players on this flop. Let's peel one in position, 2 overs. We've got spades. Real shitty turn. I mean, it's not going to be good for him. When he's betting that flop, though, I just feel like he's going to have a flush draw a ton. These low cards, maybe Evan's in the chat, Evan Alexander. So he can confirm what he has. But there's nothing blocking like high diamonds, which is something that he could definitely have when he opens from early position. We don't have any diamonds in our hand. Yeah, I mean, when he double barrels, it's hard for him to have kind of much other than diamonds, to be honest. I mean, maybe he could just be betting sets, I guess, but I would certainly be pumping the brakes and shut down all bluffs if I were him when we call on the flop when he bets into 2 players. All right, Evan, let us know what you had in that one. Was it? So I guess this must have to do with his name. His name's Evan Alexander. So Evan Alexander, Chris, Kevin. What names start with U? Come on, dude. Just give us a 3 or 5. Preferably a 5 at this point. Baby. Not really much for us to do. This is a very good board for their range. Brent Evans says, Brad, I noticed that both you and Rampage play under pseudonym. Is there any way to tell the skill level of the players on the table? After all, if you don't know who the fish is, you're the fish. Yeah, that's what they say. If you don't know who the fish is, you're the fish. So if you're paying attention to what the players are doing, it's a pretty good way to know who the fish is. But a massive assistant in that regard is when you click on their profile, seeing the VPIP numbers and pre-flop raise percentages. So generally, the higher these numbers are, typically like the worse the player is. I mean, there are some exceptions, but when you see like abnormally high numbers and big discrepancies between VPIP and pre-flop raise, like this means they're calling way too much. If they're only raising 16% of the time, and then 46% of the time they're putting money in. So they're playing half the hands and only raising 16%. Like a good poker player wants to be the aggressor, right? So it's safe to say like this person's not a professional. Nate the Penguin, sorry dude, sorry to blast you here. Garge Poker, I think he's in the chat. I mean, pretty similar, right? And then this person's only played 471 hands, so I mean, give them a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt. All of these are actually like insane numbers that you won't see from professional poker players. This is like way more kind of normal and standard. Yeah, pretty reasonable. So yeah, I mean we're in a pretty good game here. Here's mine. There's just a lot of 3-betting and a lot of kind of shenanigans that happens in these stakes. So generally, the tighter you play, the easier your decisions are going to be. And most of the time, you want to make your decisions in life as easy as possible. But that's not, everybody has like their own goals playing poker. Some people, they just want to get in there and fire. Officer Tax says Nickelback is a very good band. I'll die on this hill. There was a Netflix documentary, I think, about Nickelback and kind of reasons why everybody would make jokes about them, which is pretty. It was really interesting, actually. I liked it. I think it was Netflix. Might have been on like something else. What's up, Marvin? You're back, buddy. Want to say hi to the stream? Meow. Meow. Matt Powell says, is WPT... Okay, he deleted that one. He said it was no longer available in Texas. It is available in Texas. It's available 46 states. And get it up, throw your hats in the air. Changes every night, so we'll get out of here. This is a little band called The Format. Alright, so this is an interesting spot. We have King 7 Hearts with Limp. I basically treat limps as if they're nothing, as if it folded to me, unless more than one person limps. Then it starts getting a little dicier and I'm going to tighten up my range. But with one limp, just going to play it as if it's a normal hand, folded to me. And I feel alright raising King 7 Hearts in position against this person to hopefully isolate him. But a few people have come along, and then when we're playing against 3 opponents and we don't connect, we don't really want to just be like bluffing into a bunch of people, but we don't even get the opportunity because this dude here tries to play an interesting strategy. He just leads into 3 people. All right, Evan Alexander has confirmed EAC are his initials, and then KU is where he went to school. He's a Jayhawk. Suffered a rough college basketball smackdown recently, I believe. But Kansas has had some pretty good years in basketball historically. Someone actually gave me this when you guys won the national championship several years ago. I think, yeah, it was in 2022, says there on there. They gave me this ball that was signed by a handful of players, so really cool. This is like one of my favorite things I've been given. I love like sports memorabilia, even if they're not teams that I necessarily root for, but that's why I'm happy to have all the hockey stuff up in the background and everything. Del Zerado says, do you gamble besides poker at the casino? I tend not to. I've had a lot of friends that have won millions playing poker and have lost millions playing table games. And some of my like best friends that I've known since I moved out to Vegas, which is something it like makes me really sad actually. So I usually don't. I mean, it's a major league if you're playing poker for a living to be playing those games. With that being said, a couple times a year I'll have friends come into town and we'll play like blackjack or something for a few $100s, and I enjoy it, but I don't, want to encourage it, and I still make like a conscious effort to just stay away for the most part. It's hard if you play poker for a living and you're walking by slot machines and blackjack tables all the time, because those are games like you're typically not going to win unless you know how to count cards, and even then it's pretty tough with the multiple decks. And slot machines, you can win once progressives get high enough on certain machines if you know the plays. So there's vultures that go around looking for those in Vegas. I don't know the plays and have really no interest in playing those games. Also, it kind of just like ruins my patience for poker if I'm playing those other games. This is a better flop for us. Yeah, it just ruins my patience for poker if, like, let's say you just put $1,000 down on a blackjack hand and you just win or lose instantly. Let's say you win instantly. In 2 minutes you made $1,000, whereas in poker, if you're playing 2-5 or even 5-10, it might take like 6 to 8 hours or something to make $1,000, and it just makes it harder to want to sit there and grind and play your best when you're hooked on blackjack and can know you can just go right out there and fire away. Especially like if you're stuck in a game in poker, let's say you're down 1,000, you're like, oh, I should just go fire in blackjack and maybe get it right back. Yeah, it's great when it works out, but a lot of the time it won't, and then you'll be stuck 2,000, or maybe you'll be enticed to play even more blackjack, and you'll get yourself just like absolutely buried. So don't play those other games. Just, it's a bad idea. Jay-Z says, what time is the free roll on March 25th? I actually don't know the answer to that question at the moment. So, we just came up with this $100,000 free roll today. It will be March 25th. When I have more details, I will certainly put it in the description box of each vlog that'll be coming out before March 25th. And I'll have it, I'll let you know in the outros of videos too. So a video is coming out Monday, and I'll have those details to you by then. I did ask him earlier though, so let's see what they have. They don't even have it set up yet. It says this can be down to your schedule, but most likely in the evening due to peak traffic and after work. So there you have it. I feel like 5 p.m. is a good time to do it. That's when the Monday night football games kind of start and stuff. That's a good time to do it when people are off work on the East Coast and are getting off work on the West Coast. Yeah, sometime maybe 5 or 6 p.m. Las Vegas time. James Brodsky says, are you going to be playing in Vegas from February 27th to March 2nd? Because me and some friends will be in town and would love to meet you and maybe make the vlog. So February 26th is my birthday. February 27th, I'm going back to Austin to play the Lodge Championship Series 3K main event with $1 million guarantee. Nick Chimera says, Brad, my friend just played 1-3 with you in December, and you stacked him with 3-3 versus Ace-Jack on Ace-Jack 3. His name is Colin. Do you remember the hand? I don't, but it sounds awesome. Matthew James says, "What's your opinion on country music? There is a right answer." I can't stand it. I'll just shoot you guys straight. Now, does that mean I don't listen to country music? Nope. I listen to country music all the time because my baby mama loves country music. And her girls love Taylor Swift, our girls, but yeah, we listen to country music quite a bit when we're all in the car together. And we're also listening to the Gigabellies quite a bit these days. This band is brand new. This is one of my favorite bands of all time. I've seen them, I mean, they're probably my favorite band. I've seen them like 6 times live in concert, although Jesse Lacey just got in trouble. And they were talking about, you know, quitting being a band for a long time before they kind of disassembled. But when Jesse Lacey got in trouble, they took a hiatus, but I hear that they're playing private shows in Nashville. I don't know if that's true or not. I hear they're playing to like 50-person crowds, acoustic shows or something, which is pretty sick. So got to figure out how to do that. Christopher Santoro says, "Brad, you ever met any card counters?" Yeah, there's a lot of them in Vegas. A lot of, you know, poker players that have done card counting, and people who do other advantage play, which is the only reason that I am kind of familiar with it. Hard to avoid them. Daniel Baratin said, "Will you ever make your way to Encore in Boston?" I was actually there not long ago. I was there September of 2023. I went to Boston on my way to Iceland. And then, should we just take one stab at this? Just bomb it? Yeah, let's just do it. I feel like we're going to try to get a bluff through here. Hopefully no one picked up diamonds and calls us. Hopefully Nate the Penguin doesn't have a king, but I kind of feel like he does. I feel like he has the king of diamonds. I mean, that's an awful, awful river card. We're going to be check folding this one. Tried to do it for the chat, but bad run out for us, dudes. Bad run out. Yeah. You got it, buddy. You got it. Real Talks asks if I'm a 49ers fan. Yeah, I was born and raised an hour north of San Francisco, and then I lived in San Francisco for a year and a half, towards the end of 2010, right when the Giants won the World Series, which is awesome, to basically March of 2012, and that's when I moved to Vegas. So there were some good years for sports there. I remember watching, I remember going like, let's see, we got a 3-bet this one, my friends. I remember, come on, don't do this to me, don't freeze on me. Shit, got it in there. Yeah, I remember when the Giants won the World Series, going out and celebrating with the city. Damn it, I didn't realize how little you had. Shit. I feel like there's always ace king, right? Such a small, so this number's like so small. I just feel like it's very unlikely, like a pure bluff. I think it's a hand that dominates us, so we're flipping with. Just try to play disciplined, try to play good. But yeah, celebrating that World Series win, the first one in like 50, I think since like 19 Well, the first one since they came west in 1956 or 1958 or something was it was just such a cool win for San Francisco. And then the Niners started doing well because we picked up Harbaugh as a coach. And we're immediately good with Harbaugh. Harbaugh was actually the coach where I went to college. I went to University of San Diego for undergrad. And he was there my freshman year before going to Stanford. Brad, what would you say to people who accuse you of bum hunting when playing higher stakes? It doesn't even make sense. Higher stakes games are all reserved games, so you just get the invite and you show up. So there's no game selection that you can really have. You just either show up and play it, or you aren't really able to play high stakes. Jack S says, bro, how is the lodge as a business treating you? The lodge as a business is pretty interesting. We don't take any distributions. We've been just reinvesting everything back into the business. We have like very long-term goals. So, you know, right now it's kind of a lot of effort and just hoping that we get the return on it very far down the line, I suppose. But it's awesome to be a part of it, to be in a business with Doug and just kind of see how much effort he puts into it. We spent a ton of money getting the stream room set up after we got involved with it. That was, you know, over $500,000. We just opened up our odds bar and restaurant, which is our odds bar and bistro. So I went there for the first time a couple days ago. I just got back from Austin, and I'm going back again soon. And that was just super cool to enjoy that. We had a meetup game out there, and so odds is where we had the after party. That was a lot of fun. But we sunk, 7 figures into that. And it took probably a year and a half to get built out. So it's cool to watch the lodge like in Austin develop, and we're just constantly trying to make it a better place. All right, guys. Let's try and win a big one. Let's try and win a big one to send us home. That way we can all watch this USA versus Canada match pretty soon. Cavern Keel says, if I already have a ClubWPTGold account and use your code, will I be able to get into the Freeroll, or is it just new players to sign up today? By the way, love the content. I've been watching for years. Thanks, dude. Yeah, if you've already signed up using my code, as long as you've purchased $20 worth of gold coins or more, then you'll be eligible for it on March 25th. And for every 1,000 hands you play with sweeps coins, you get an additional 5,000 in chips. Otherwise, you'll just start out with 2,000. So try to get those hands in, and you can get up to the largest stack you can have is up to 100,000. So I've got almost 2,000 total hands played on the site. So I think that makes it so I'll start out with 10,000 in chips if it started today, or 12,000. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, but I'm gonna try to get to 10,000 hands played before March 25th anyway, which I don't think should be too hard. Cameron Stevenson said, when is WPT Gold adding sit and goes? I was told that they already have some sit and goes for satellite events. I don't know about sit and goes outside of that. We're having to play a patient session today, my friends. We're not getting, oh man, we gotta fucking blast this. Just as I say, we've been playing a patient session. I mean, we had we had no choice there. Guacamole's back. Is this my boy? Yes, he is my boy. 93% VPIP. Pre-flop raises 87% of the time. Would be much better if he was on our right, but he's short stacking and he's ready to blast. Buckle your seatbelts, dudes. This guy's gonna be calling. So you see this here. Every once in a while, there's occasional problems with the browser that usually don't affect anything and are overcome quickly. But we're days into phase 2 of the launch now, so that stuff's gonna happen. Please fold. Oh, dude, I really wanted to fold, and then I wanted to limp raise. I mean, we gotta. I think I might just call here because there's such a high percentage of this guy 3-bets. Fuck. I mean, that's not a terrible thing for us anyway. This person's gonna have a wide range. I don't think. This person's so funny, dude. Here we go. We're just going for it. Guacamole's VPIP is 1 trillion. He's not going to have much. Button isn't always going to have things. We have removal to a lot of what they have. What do we do? How much? Just a little, like 1.2. Fuck. X-pot. I can't do that. So. Those days are gone. Let's pretend Marshall Mathers never picked up a pen. Let's pretend things would have been no different. Pretend he procrastinated. Not a good time to have an issue. Alright, we got that one through. I mean, this person's range, even though their VPIP is that's still pretty high, but their pre-flop raises is pretty low and reasonable, and actually good and kind of a sign of a good player. When they open on the button, they're just gonna have a really wide range. And this person's just playing like a fucking maniac, just calling it like it is. So I saw them lead another spot earlier, or bet when they really shouldn't have, and had kind of a weak hand. So I felt like when he bets, he's not really gonna have much, and the button could just have a pretty wide range. And then we had, a draw to the nuts with 1 over. So felt like it was kind of a fun spot. Chris Klupinger said, what if we signed up to ClubWPT Gold already, but accidentally used somebody else's code? Can we still do the free roll? Unfortunately, you can't do the $100,000 free roll that we're offering on March 25th if you signed up using someone else's code. TJ Murphy says, my name is TJ, obviously. I met you in the hall at Paris last June. Two to 3 days later, I won event number 17, the $800 deep stack. Thanks for the run, good. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. So I guess you won a bracelet. That's really, really cool. 1,167 viewers still. Very cool. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon, but we'll play a couple more hands, and then I'll take a little bit of a break. I actually need to get one of my girls to soccer practice. They have soccer at 5:45, so I'm likely going to miss a little bit of this hockey game, but once I drop her off, I'll be able to watch it again. Piper Rex says every 1K hands played with SC. Does that include tourneys? So sweeps coins are cash game only, I believe. I mean, it would be just be cash game only. Does not include tournament hands. My boy, is he just setting this up for us to back 4-bet like massive? I think he is. I mean, I'm willing to get it all in against him, fucking. But just in case, like, I mean, look at these. Oh shit, this guy. I don't want to 5-bet this. Damn. Mint print ruined it for us, especially with stats this low. But yeah, we were gonna blast away here. This is way. That's a very, very small sizing, by the way. They made it 30 from out of position. When he made it 10 and he called. Damn, dude, we would have likely won that one. And would have won a nice pot. But when he gets 3-bet and then 4-bet, ace-jack offsuit in particular turns to dust. How long do people who didn't use a code have to wait to play? So, phase 1 is done. And now anyone who signed up, even if you didn't use a code, you can play. It's open to everybody. This guy just folded to our I mean, he plays 93% of hands. What did he possibly have that he folded? Don't do it, Evan. Don't do it. There you go. All right, we're just playing Texas heads up, my friends. A little 6 ways to the flop. We don't really want to get blasted off this, or do we want to play a fun one for the stream? I mean, it's just so likely someone has like 8, 9, 10s, 6s, 7s. When you're playing like 5 ways, you just can't. You don't really, I mean, we really want to see a turn. So if we have to check call to do it, then that's what we'll do. Check it back, mint print. Give us a nice little club. Give us the old 3 of clubs one time. Worst fucking turn card that we could have seen. I mean, we could just be drawing stone dead now. Martin Roberts says, next major milestone in life, WSOP bracelet or second child? That would be, this is such a small bet. I mean, we could still be, like, I don't even like calling this because it's very possible someone has like a set of 7s here. And then we hit this card and then we just don't even know what to do. You know what we can do though? We can put a little blocker bet out there. There we go. Getting them out of the way is massive, right? Because incredibly unlikely that we're up against a full house from one of these other players. Especially once this guy checks the flop. When this person checks the flop with only mint print left to act behind them, like they're never gonna have 2 pair or better. So when the board pairs on the turn, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about them having a full house. And then when the river is like not connected to the 10, then you don't, especially when it's an undercard, like a 4, like we just got, that's like the perfect flush card. Like you don't want to have a jack, right? Because then someone could easily have like jack 10 or queen 10 or ace 10 or whatever. Guacamole, my boy, I didn't even see it was you. Do we have to put in a check raise again? This guy just fires like 100% of the time. This person folds. We're... Alright. Seemingly good turn, although either opponent could have queen 10. We do have removal to the queen 10, but you know, now this person could have an ace when their VPIP is... I feel like this is a blocker bet. But we could be up against all kinds of king jack, like 2-pair. I will just go ahead and fold this one, even though I'm not certain. Like, I feel like we could have the best hand. Trying to play good today, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we lost the minimum. Oh, finally. Oh, and we have our boy here in the big blind. This is just too sweet because this person just limps in, right? So we can make this... I wish this person didn't do that. Because this person doesn't like to fold for reasonable amounts. And I really would have loved to play against him, but that's a pretty good flop. Ace-high flops are good for us in general. The good thing about this is that this is the ace of hearts that we're up against. So like, fuck dude. It's every goddamn turn, man. Just give us one good run out one time. All right, when they check back, I'm gonna go ahead and make over a pot size bet here. Yeah, probably shouldn't have done the over the pot size bet thing, to be honest. Because when all the aces are accounted for, and the flush draw gets there, the thing is he checked back the turn, and so that kind of makes it so I rule out like all flushes that he's gonna have. And then he pretty much, like, we have 3/4 of the aces, so he either has to hero call me like one way or another. It's kind of just hard to get paid in that spot, so maybe over betting in that particular spot isn't terrible, but like, what are we gonna get called by? It's pretty hard. I mean, what is he probably like called our flop bet with something like eights. All right, we're on the comeback trail, my friends. I think we might be down 100 to 150 bucks or something. I'm not exactly sure. Wes. Steve says, do y'all give tournament trophies at the lodge? Asking because I make an item that would make a perfect poker trophy and can be laser engraved to suit. We do. We have a bunch of really cool poker trophies. we used to like kind of pride ourselves on the poker trophies. Wow, rough beat here for pocket ace. Guacamole, the man with the 93% VPIP, wakes up with aces and gets stacked by a hand that you'd think Guacamole would have. It's like they reversed roles on this one. Yeah, I don't know. If you contact the lodge's email address, the guys who deal with the operations, they'd be better to talk to you about the trophy stuff than I would. I tend to not have anything to do with the trophy things, but if you reach out to them, I'm sure they'd be happy to communicate with you about the cool stuff that you have and can get engraved. MSN King 14 said, first time live, good luck. Nice, dude. Very nice. Yeah, I haven't live streamed, I don't know, in a very long time. I don't even know the last time I live streamed, so this is pretty cool. I've been enjoying it. Even like just doing it with one table was pretty fun. I was kind of worried that we might not get into enough interesting hands, but having you guys in the chat has made it a lot more fun and interesting for me. And then once we get the multi-table stuff up and running in the next few or several weeks, then it'll be even cooler because we'll have more action and more hands to talk about. But we've gotten into quite a few unique situations and have played with a handful of you guys who are in the chat, so that's cool. Big Red Studio says, hi Brad. What's going on? Well guys, I'm going to mention this free roll one more time. If you sign up using the promo code BRAD and you purchase $19.99 or more worth of gold coins on ClubWPTGold, then you're eligible for this $100,000 free roll that'll take place March 25th at some point in the evening. We don't have the time set yet. And if you just do those minimum requirements, you'll start out with 2,000 chips, but for every 1,000 hands you play with sweeps coins labeled SC, which is what I'm in right now, you'll receive 5,000 chips, up to 100,000. So if you play 10,000 hands, which, you got some time to do, then you'll start out with a maximum and give yourself the best chance to win. The sweeps coins are the ones that are redeemable for cash at 1-to-1 with USD. So if you buy $19.99 worth of gold coins, those come with 20 sweeps coins. And then you can cash them out once you play through them once for $20. Pendoza says, Brad, years of lurking your channel. Finally, I can say appreciate what you're doing. Hope you kill it today. Thanks, dude. Yeah, it's always awesome. I mean, it's crazy that I'm now almost 8.5 years into making the poker vlogs. And it's just been a really, really cool ride. And it's been so cool to meet a ton of you guys when we do meetup games and everything, and to play with you live and now online, and have you guys root me on along the way and like really open a ton of opportunities for me with WPT and the lodge and all this stuff. So thanks a lot. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching the stream so far, listening to some music from a long time ago. Maybe some modern stuff every once in a while was thrown into the mix. Just really want to win one more big hand and get unstuck. I feel like this is exactly how every vlog session goes. Just get buried halfway through, claw our way back, want to keep pressing until we book a small win, and then we either do or we don't. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun no matter what. Jay Hill says, love from Montreal. When are you coming back to Playground? I'm not sure. I obviously had a great time there in the past. I got third in that Prime event out of like 1,200 players. That was really fun. Damn. But no immediate plans to go out to Playground. I actually did bring, Amber and my son out there in October for the WPT festival at that time. They always want me to say festival. I hate that word, festival. WPT festival. They don't want to call it a series because of another brand in poker uses the word series, and it's already confusing enough for people who aren't familiar between the differences. So anyway, Case and Mitchell, $4.99. Hey Brad, I've run $100 up to $3,400 in 1-2. I was curious how many buy-ins you'd think I'd need for 1-2 for a solid bankroll. So bankroll is kind of a term that I only think is applicable if you're playing poker for a living. If you have another job and you have some way to replenish the money that you potentially lose playing poker, you don't really need a bankroll, right? It's just, it's a fun way for you to think about things and keep it separate from your other expenses. But if you're asking me how much you need for a solid bankroll to play poker for a living and playing 1-2, first of all, my best advice would be don't play 1-2 for a living, because it's just very, very tough to make enough money to survive on. 2-5 is really the smallest stakes I'd suggest anyone play for a living, because you can, if you're young and you have your expenses kept to a minimum, then you can potentially pay your living expenses and try to save up a little bit more and try to build up your bankroll. But generally the rule of thumb is you want to have somewhere between 50 to 100 buy-ins for the stakes you're playing and 6 months of life expenses. And that's something that's really, really tough to do. People don't typically abide by that. Three players, we just really want to get to the turn here. We have a fun hand to bluff with. Oh, beautiful, beautiful turn. The 6 card straight. We're going to punish anybody and everybody with a jack. I'm going to bet big here. Someone's got to have something, either a club draw or a spade draw. We have removal to both, or jack. Oh, fuck yeah, that's my boy. Should we just try to go for... Should we just... Nah. We'll just min raise this. I would have raised more if I could, but I could not. All right, this is the one. We got. Fuck, we don't have the jack of spades. That's awful, because we could have. Damn, dude, he's got a pot-sized bet. I'm gonna bet 60% here. If we get raised, maybe we can just fold. We do have the king of spades, so that's really good. But very possible we're up against. I mean, you'd be suicidal to fucking raise in that spot. All right, boys, we are out of the hole. That was the one that we wanted. I think we're in for about $650. We're up about $200. It was an extremely, extremely long grind. You know, we were in for multiple buy-ins. You can only buy in for up to $200 at a time, so you can't like add on and get your stack to 400. So from the last time we topped off, we've, you know, gotten $665. Very, very nice to get that last win in a big pot. We've been waiting for hands like that all stream. I think we've been doing it for, I don't even know how long now, maybe a couple hours. I mean, I think several hours. I think maybe 1:30 we started this bad boy. So might be 3 hours. This is the first stream I've done on ClubWPTGold. It's gone really well so far, and appreciate everybody for watching. I think we're gonna sign off. Excited to watch that USA versus Canada game. Hopefully it's, you know, as good of a game as that other one. And yeah, it's just been cool. Really enjoyed today. And thanks for all the questions and for you guys making this stream fun with, you know, all the comments and stuff. Also, there's gonna be a vlog on Monday, so I'll see you guys.